Did you think that you were having some bad luck today? Well, this guy behind me, Anthony Olson, had what might be one of the most devastating decade-long periods of his entire life. Here's what happened. So Olson was led to believe that he had myelodysplastic syndromes, MDS for short. It's a form of cancer, and he was diagnosed by Dr. Thomas C. Weiner, a former oncologist at St. Peter's Health in Helena. So when Weiner hit him with the cancer diagnosis, he said, look, dude, if you don't get on treatment, you're probably going to be dead by the end of the year. Definitely super scary stuff, right? So this is when Weiner ordered 2 biopsies. The first showed signs of MDS. The second, that came back 10 months later, presumably after treatment had started, showed no signs of MDS, right? So you'd think after the cancer was clear, that would be the end of it. But lo and behold, Olson continued doing treatment for 9 long years. So Dr. Weiner here said, no, this is normal. When the biopsy comes back negative, it just means that the treatment is working and you should continue doing the treatment. It doesn't mean that you're cancer-free. When they asked Weiner directly about the negative results, he said, quote, that it doesn't mean that you don't have the disease. It just means the treatment worked and it knocked it away. It doesn't mean you didn't have it at the beginning. But here's the crazy part. Apparently the hospital ended up retesting and found out that Olson never even had MDS to begin with. So how did they end up finding out about this? Well, Olson's kidney doctor, the one managing his dialysis, noticed some weird signs in his blood work. Basically, he found an iron overload in 2016, and that's when this mistreatment made itself incredibly apparent. The kidney doctor even said that the chemo was making his anemia, another condition that he had, even worse. So this is when Olson went on to get a second opinion, finding out that he never had cancer in the first place. Remember, 9 years of chemotherapy with no cancer. That is an absolute disaster. Then this dialysis doctor went on to take Weiner to the peer review board and ended up actually becoming the head of the board, where he had Weiner fired. The hospital went on to accuse Weiner of, quote, harm that was caused to patients by receiving treatments, including chemotherapy, that were not clinically indicated or necessary. At the end, Olson stopped treatment in 2021 and ended up suing the hospital. They settled and paid out an undisclosed amount. Weiner denied all allegations and ended up suing the hospital himself for wrongful termination and defamation. The case was thrown out, and he's currently filing an appeal that's now pending with the state Supreme Court.